It was a cold Monday morning in Chicago. Daniel Carter, a 33-year-old single father, buttoned up his only clean shirt as he helped his 6-year-old daughter Lily tie her shoes. It had been 2 years since his wife died in a car crash, and life since then had been survival mode. Job after job slipped through his fingers, not because of lack of effort, but because fate had a twisted sense of humor. Today, though, was different. He had an interview for a marketing position at a mid-sized tech firm. Stable hours, good pay, health insurance, the kind of job that could change their lives. As he dropped Lily off at her school, he hugged her a little longer. "Wish me luck, Peanut," he said, kissing her forehead. "Good luck, Daddy," she smiled. He took a deep breath and stepped onto the street, pacing toward the subway station. And that's when he saw her. At the corner of Elm and Fifth sat a young girl, maybe 8 years old. She was crying, her knees scraped, holding a half-torn backpack. Daniel slowed down. He looked at his watch. 8:12 a.m. His interview was in 30 minutes. He hesitated, but then Lily's face flashed in his mind. What if this were her? He approached. "Hey, sweetie, are you okay? Are you lost?" She nodded, tears streaming down her cheeks. "I fell, and I can't find my mom." Daniel sat beside her. "I'll help you. What's your name?" "Emily," she sniffled. As he dialed 911, she clutched his arm. "Please don't leave me. Please." He stayed. Missed his train. Missed his interview. But stayed. When the police arrived, they told him her mother had been in a minor car accident nearby. Emily's driver had stepped out for a moment, and Emily had wandered off. Then came the surprise. A black Rolls-Royce pulled up. Out stepped a tall woman in a cream coat, tears in her eyes. "Emily," she cried, "Mommy." Daniel stood awkwardly. The woman embraced her daughter tightly, then looked up at Daniel. "You stayed with her?" she asked. "Yes, ma'am. I couldn't just leave her like that. Thank you. I don't know how to repay you." Later that evening, as Daniel cooked mac and cheese in their small studio apartment, a knock sounded at the door. He opened it and blinked. It was the same woman, now dressed casually, holding a box. "I'm sorry to drop by unannounced," she smiled. "I'm Vanessa Sinclair, Emily's mom." "Yeah, I remember," Daniel said, surprised. "How did you find me?" "You left your name with the officer. I asked a few questions." She handed him the box, a small thank you. "It's dinner." He opened it. Roast duck, mashed potatoes, and truffle pasta. Wow. Thanks. Really." Vanessa looked around the tiny apartment and saw Lily coloring on the couch. "This is your daughter?" "Yup, my whole world." There was a pause. "You know," she said, "if you're still job hunting, I might have something better than truffle pasta to offer you." Vanessa turned out to be the CEO of Sinclair Foundation, a philanthropic empire dealing with orphanages, literacy programs, and public education grants. Her late husband left it all to her and their daughter. "I need someone who understands real struggle, who doesn't just work for a paycheck but for people." Daniel blinked. "You mean, you want to hire me?" "Yes. Head of Community Development, full salary, benefits, and you can bring Lily to the campus daycare." He laughed in disbelief. "Are you serious? As serious as your daughter's smile?" In the weeks that followed, Daniel moved into a small guest house on the Sinclair estate. Lily and Emily became inseparable, often playing in the gardens behind the mansion. Vanessa and Daniel worked closely together. What began as casual work conversations turned into dinners, then long walks in the estate grounds, then laughter, then glances, then quiet, shared silences. One night, Vanessa opened up. "I thought I had everything, money, status, comfort, but I was lonely, until I met someone who gave up his future to help a child he didn't know." Daniel smiled softly. "And I thought I lost everything. But maybe I just needed a new beginning." But not everything was easy. Board members of Sinclair Foundation didn't trust Daniel. They called him an opportunist, said he was using Vanessa. Even Vanessa's late husband's sister, Margaret, accused Daniel of manipulation. One night, Daniel packed his things. "I won't let my presence ruin your world," he said to Vanessa. "You're not ruining anything," she pleaded. But he left, for a week, until Lily got sick, and Emily cried, and Vanessa showed up at his door. "I don't care what they say," she said, tears in her eyes. "I trust you, and I love you." Daniel pulled her into an embrace. "I love you too." A year later, in the backyard of the Sinclair estate, surrounded by blooming roses and two giggling little girls in flower crowns, Vanessa and Daniel said their vows. The man who once missed a job interview to help a crying stranger had now found a life he never imagined. He didn't just find a job, he found a purpose, a partner, and a family. Sometimes life takes away what we hold dearest, not to punish us, but to lead us to something even more beautiful. Acts of kindness are never wasted. Sometimes they're just the beginning of a miracle.